Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Veterans to Military Comedy Show. You are so lucky to get to hear this. Oh my gosh. Sit back at home, relax with or without your clothes on. The military no longer has a don't ask, don't tell policy, but I do. Don't tell me what's going on. This is a clean comedy show, you guys. We have to be clean. You don't. So we're here. Yeah, we're here to make you laugh. So just kick back and share it with other people who are military and veterans, nurses, caregivers, anybody who's hurting, pretty much the whole world. Am I right? So we're here to relieve you of anything going on in your mind. We know how to do it. We are the surgeons of laughter. We are here to just zoom in and make you laugh and forget anything bothering you. So let us do our job. Let's give it up for the cast that's here today to make you laugh. We've got David G. Scott, cleancomedy.com. Woo! Yeah. He's a trooper. He comes like every week. He's out of Kansas City, Missouri. You can hire him. We've got Tara Buchanan from the great country of Canada. She always looks down on us in America, looking down at America. And we got Esther Forrester. She is our Bob Hope guest spot today because she loves the military. She serves up jokes. She serves up at the tennis court. She is somebody on the East Coast with tennis. You got to Google her later. You can hire all of these people and I won't be offended. You guys, I'm Linda Marcus Smith. I'm a proud veteran. So is David G. Scott. If you're speaking English, now you know who to thank. But I'm really kidding because I was in the military in the 70s. Look at me. Does it look like I'm serious that you're speaking English because of me? I don't think so. They put me in Germany. Men were really serving in the trenches and a few women in the Vietnam era that I was in. But I was over in Germany at that time, mostly just yodeling in the Alps. With Lederhosen and Edelweiss. I'm telling you, it was rough. But anyway, I have been so busy. I live in Vegas and I've been busy winning. Casinos. I've been busy winning at aging. Everywhere I go, I'm winning with the aging. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm winning because people look at me and they go, is she living in a nursing home or could she have escaped from one? I'm going to give you young girls a run for your money. Watch your boyfriends. I'm around. I'm not a cougar, but I'm telling you, I'm going to give the young girls a run for their money because I refuse to get old and be ignored. I want to look cute. Is that so bad to want to look cute, Tara?
It's not so bad.
Not so bad. And to be cute at my age and turn heads, I have to wear what the young girls wear. I'm always saying that I'm turning 21. I never tell people I'm 70. Oops. I never tell anybody I'm my age. I tell people I'm 21 times 3, and none of your business, I officially changed the subject years old. But I have to look cute to turn heads, Tara. So I get my clothes at Forever 21. And they said, you can't shop in here. You're not 21. I said, it says forever. Can't I forever come in? They said, no, we didn't know forever was going to last that long. She was so sweet at the cash register. She said, don't you think you're a little mature for the cute clothes? And I said, well, I hate to give back, but don't you think you might be a little hefty for your little sister's tank top?
Oh.
Nobody minds when they dish it out to me, but when I stand up for myself, all of a sudden there's a problem. Yeah, I've been turning 21 and you know, I grew up where everybody ignored me in a little tiny town called Portland, Oregon. Oh my gosh, nobody noticed me until I went in the military. I went from plain Jane, like the plain wall here. I went from plain Jane to GI Jane like that. Mhm. I knew I was going to be standing at attention, but I didn't know I was going to be the focus of it. I did not know that. They did not tell me that at recruiter office, number one. No. When I got there, I was the only woman with 2,000 men. Oh my gosh. Why do you think I'm still smiling at 21 times none of your business?
I
It's the
did
good
not
old
go for the military.
I almost got arrested in my hometown because I wanted to kiss a Portland barista. He said I looked just like Marilyn. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And he goes, no, it's a rainy day. Your makeup's dripping down your face. I mean Marilyn Manson.
Oh.
I didn't have to kiss him, so I'm winning at that too. Yeah. I have a twin brother in Portland. Give it up for my twin Fred. Woo! I love him. Yeah, even though he kicked me out 30 minutes before him, I know because he was my roommate, and I think he gave me a swift kick. Yeah, he wanted to get rid of me. Only time he's ever held the door open for me. That's true. He says to me, Linda, you look just like me in drag. I had to check my makeup. Does that look, do I look like a drag queen? Who knows? Well, I guess I didn't set that joke up properly, huh, David? Gets more laughs than a nursing home. But they put me in Germany when I went in the military, and that was in 1973. And as military intelligence would have it, they came up to me and said, guess what? We did some research on you, and you're related to Albert Einstein.
Really?
Yes, they really did. And I was like, I don't know if I believe it, because look at me, I'm not allergic to a hairbrush. And then, you know, the other reason I didn't think it was true, Tara, is because every time I saw him writing that equation on the blackboard, that E equals MC squared, well, I just got hungry for a couple hamburgers at the Golden Arches. I didn't know it was anything important. I don't know if I'm related to Einstein. That's about my time, and I am having fun regardless of getting laughs, obviously. Thanks you guys for putting up with me. That's a great way to open the show with like 75% of it going over. I would love to give to the microphone to the next comedian, and I'll actually spotlight him for you. You're going to be able to hear the amazing stylings of David G. Scott, Clean Comedy. He's a proud grandfather. He's a veteran of the military, and he's also a very proud member of the Subway Rewards program. David G. Scott.
Thank you, Linda. Your introductions are the best introductions I've ever gotten. That's wonderful. Thank you. Most people, they just say, here he comes. That's it. Anyway, just some random thoughts here. You know that sound you hear when you close the door of a cupboard and you hear something fall? That is the sound of someone else's problem. I don't have any tattoos. I'm thinking about getting one that says, keep going forward in Latin. I'll put it on my chest. It'll say, keep going forward in Latin. I love the time of night when everything's quiet and I can walk around my apartment wearing nothing but my knee brace. What exactly is a cold-blooded killer? Someone who murders reptiles? Shout out to my 4 favorite bags: punching, grab, barf, and Papa's got a brand new. Ain't no drag. Whoever said words can't hurt me has never been hit with a dictionary. Hermit crab describes me twice. Did you know that Christian rock is the only music that's performed in heaven and hell? When God closes a door, he doesn't open a window because God's not air conditioning the whole neighborhood. Let's all take a moment to be grateful that our internal organs don't itch. My 2 favorite kinds of songs are love songs and songs that welcome me to the jungle. The other day, I ate an entire can of Pringles. It was very disappointing. There were only 3 of them, and they were all tennis ball flavored. If you own a nice pair of shoes, you will never have to buy your dog a chew toy. If you're smoking a cigarette while riding a bicycle, there's a 98% chance you're on your way to the liquor store. If you hear weird noises at night, I recommend you make even weirder noises to establish dominance. Keep an eye out for my new cookbook. It's entitled, "It's Expired, Throw It Away." I think tire companies should put confetti inside of tires. That way, if you have a blowout, you're still having kind of an okay day. Note to self, when you're putting chocolate powder on your coffee, if you say, "Get wild, get crazy, you deserve it," out loud, people can hear you. Speaking of coffee, I no longer go to Starbucks. Instead, I write my name on a cup, I pour the coffee, and I yell my name out, and then I set a $5 bill on fire. Coffee is a gateway drug. 1 minute you're stirring it with a small wooden stick, and before you know it, you're paddling a kayak. I like coffee, but if I drink too much, I realize there are tiny spiders under my scalp weaving hair. The other day, I helped an old woman across the street by continually honking at her.
That'll do it.
I've just started saying I'm allergic to food that I don't like. It's just easier. Here's something. Did you know that Darth Vader could have fallen asleep in an Imperial meeting and nobody would know? I think that the first guy who heard a parrot talk was not okay for a couple of days. Ow. Any shoes are running shoes if you're running. It's amazing how much better you feel after a nice hot shower and a full frontal lobotomy. Friday the 13th movies would be a lot better if every once in a while they cut to a hockey team that's saying, "Hey, where's our goalie?" Once you realize there is not just one way to load a dishwasher, you can you can finally live free. If I had a pet, I would name it Peeves. And then I would say, here's my pet Peeves. And I would never get tired of it. Did we ever figure out what the knights in white sat in? We don't know. I think that people who put full volume doorbells in commercials have never owned a dog. My action figure is me lying on the couch watching Netflix. But you have to buy the TV separately. I was at the mall. I saw a child being pushed around in a stroller and being offered snacks to stop crying. I wanted to ask him how he got that job. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I don't know how many times I say things. My cousin is opening a small piano store. Very exciting. Next week is the baby grand opening. I'm going to start an Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band called Dirt, Breeze, and Heat. I think that in Jurassic Park, if you replace the velociraptors with geese, it would be equally frightening.
True. Canada geese.
Just watched a video about a snake that learned how to open doors, which is great because sleeping and feeling safe is highly overrated. If you lay an adult male blue whale on a football field with its nose on one goal line, you'd have to reschedule that game. What else we have? One day I'll look back on my life and realize the really great days were the ones where I had a grilled cheese sandwich. If aliens ever do attack Earth, the first thought I'm going to have is, which movie came the closest? Every year during Macy's Thanksgiving parade, there's at least one person who stops, looks around and says, guys, what are we doing with our lives? I dropped my phone down the stairs, but it was okay. It was in my pocket at the time. That's actually a 65-year-old joke. Back in the day, they would have comedy shows on radio. And here's a joke on the radio that was the first instantiation of that one. Okay, here we go. Saw my friend walking down the street the other day. He looked terrible. I said, what happened? And he said, well, my wife threw my suit out the window. I said, so? And he said, well, I was wearing it at the time. You have been a delightful audience. Thank you so much for laughing at my stuff. I'm David G. Scott. I do clean comedy. You can look me up on David G. Scott Clean Comedy.com. Thank you.
Where are you going to be performing in the next week or so? And tell us about your film.
I'm so thank you for, you are such a nice person. This Thursday I'll be at the Groundhog Day Theater in Gladstone, Missouri. It's a suburb of Kansas City. It's called the Old Farts One City Comedy Tour. There's 4 of us, and we're old, and we've been telling jokes for a while. And then Linda mentioned I wrote a small, silly screenplay, and it got accepted to the Portland, Oregon, yay Portland, Film Festival, and I made the quarterfinals. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Thank you, Linda.
That's so great. Thank you so much, David G. Scott. Yay. One more time for David.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Now, coming to the stage from the amazing country of Canada, Tara Buchanan. Oh my gosh.
Yay! So, hello. My name's Tara, with an H at the end. Sorry about that. But if you ever forget how to do it, if you just do it backwards, it's rat. So you and my bullies can have a really fun time with that one now. So when I was growing up, my dad always used to say, Tara, it doesn't matter what you do with this life. You could be the Prime Minister of Canada, you could be a garbage person, doesn't matter. Spoiler alert, I'm not coming to you live from the House of Parliament in Ottawa. I think that's where it is. Not a very good Canadian. But yeah, I am coming to you from my 2-bedroom apartment in downtown Calgary. So you guessed it, I'm a garbage person. I pick up trash at the North Shopping Center for rich people. And you know what? I don't care because I'm happy. I'll be honest though, when you're hucking trash bags into the back of a Silverado at 7 a.m, people look at you different. But I don't mind, it's not the first time I've been mistaken for a vagrant. I just actually did about an 8-day stint in Las Vegas with Linda, yes, a couple weeks ago. And the amount of times that I was mistaken for a streetwalker, noticeable, noticeably more. I'm pretty used to being slowed down next to for 5 to 10 seconds in Calgary at like 2 p.m. Sure, but usually those folks just drive right off. Not the same in Vegas. These people will stop traffic, create a traffic jam, get out of their car, try to pull you into it. You're like, okay, I get it. It's a compliment, I guess. Yeah. I started going to church more. I don't know if you guys go to church. I like it there. People are nice to you for no reason. They make good eye contact. It's the most fun you'll ever have sober, I assure you. I actually got invited to a Mormon family's barbecue. Okay. And I don't judge. Okay. Whatever floats your boat or climbs your ladder, day saints. I didn't want to go. And it's because they were trying to set me up on a blind date. Now, I'm pretty sure when you're in your 30s and you might be coming off a little desperate if you start swiping right on the pages of the Bible, sliding into the DMs of God, like boop, 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 you up. I need it this time. Really need this. Now he's a nice guy. I don't know if it's gonna work out, and it's not because he's Mormon. Okay, he's more man than any will ever be. No, just kidding. No, he's really sweet. I think I might be a little bit old-fashioned. I applied for a Walmart MasterCard the other day, and the lady was being so nice to me. I didn't actually want to sign up for it, but she was being so nice, so I felt obligated. I was also stealing at the time, so I felt like I should do it. So she signs me up, and then I get home and I start having like the buyer's remorse. So I call up the MasterCard company and I said, hi, I'd like to cancel my MasterCard subscription. She said, well, in 2 weeks, we'll send you a letter in the mail and then you can call us and cancel. And I was like, well, it's 2021, I don't want to wait 2 weeks and then receive something in the mail. Just press cancel on it right now. You've got the power. I know you do. And she said, well, we're not set up to do that. And I said, well, you folks really need to amend that policy. And she says, you're right, we really should. And I can tell that you're really upset. So I'm going to escalate this to the back office. I was like, wow, thank you. How do I get a hold of them? She says, I'll give you their fax number. So it's a really old-fashioned interaction, I'll tell you. Yes, there are some words that I have a hard time saying. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. LDS for short. Thank God for that. Also, there's a company here. I don't know if you have it in the US. It's called StruckTube. No? Yeah. They sell furniture. I think I'll just go into Winners. Thanks a lot. How about this one? Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Huh? Not gonna say it out loud ever again. I also realized that Ruth gave it to Chris. So nepotism also. Yeah, the last one in there I think is John Hopkins. John Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins, Johns Hoskins. I can't do it, but I'll keep trying, you guys. I'll try my best. Let's see here. Did you guys get coronavirus? Don't answer that. Okay. I never got it. And to be honest, I think it's because I don't really get sick. I think that's because I pick my nose and eat it. Hey, I don't want you guys judging me, okay? It's good for you. All right. It strengthens your immune system, gives you antibodies. Plus, I like the flavor, man. Yeah, I can't help it. I don't think I get sick. Let's see here. What else can I do for you? Yeah, I guess my dad did always say, Tara, you can do anything in this life. You can be anything as long as you're happy. And I really took his advice on that and decided to do comedy. So I just want to thank Linda Marcus Smith so much for holding this amazing Zoom show and making that possible. So I'll give the mic back to Linda, and thank you so much for having me.
Tara Buchanan out of Canada. Oh my gosh, in Calgary. She spent the night at my place. She was the best roommate I've ever had. She even gave me this ring.
Oh, you're wearing it
every day. Every day. I miss you so much.
I miss
So
you too.
Tell people where you're performing in case they want to slip up to Canada, and where you can be seen on the internet.
Sure. So I can be found on all my social media platforms at Tara with an H at the end, Buchanan, which I'm sure Buchanan's a pretty old fashioned name. I'm sure you know how to spell it by now. And so it's at Tara Buchanan. I run a weekly Wednesday show here in Calgary called Fishbowl, and I run a monthly show that is on the last Thursday of every month on Instagram Live, and that's called Speakeasy. So Fishbowl is my clean show. Speakeasy is my not so clean show. So, there's tons of variety in my comedy. I can do clean, I can do not so clean, picking my nose and eating it, whatever. Whatever floats your boat or climbs your Latter-day Saints. Yeah.
There you are. There you go.
Very clever.
Very funny. Are you on YouTube?
Yep,
Tara Buchanan.
all social media at Tara Buchanan. You can find me everywhere.
Thank you so much, Tara. Yay, give it up for her one more time, you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. My goodness sakes. Now for our Bob Hope guest spot. Somebody
Yay.
I know, and we know people in common out in New York. Esther Forrester. Oh my gosh, I love her. She's like top level tennis New York, and she teaches it. She serves up jokes. She serves up on the tennis court, and now you get to hear her doing her jokes. Yay! Give it up for
Hey.
Esther Forrester.
Hi, guys. Guys, let's give it up for Linda one more time. Linda is just amazing and does so much for comedy. She helped me for like almost 3 months with my comedy in the heat of the pandemic. And that was like the highlight of life when it was a really tough time. So let's give it up for Linda. So guys, I am both gifted and learning disabled, which means that in college, I got inducted into Phi Beta Kappa, but I didn't know about it because I couldn't open the mailbox in my dorm room. Yeah. Guys, apple picking season is over, and I, for one, am relieved. My friend asked me, she's like, Esther, where can I go apple picking that's close to New York City? And I said, ShopRite. It takes so long to find parking. It'll feel like you went all the way out east. And apple picking is a weird concept to me because you've got to pay to do work. And with apple picking, like you go apple picking and the place is like 5 hours away. And by the time you get home, the apple's already rotted. And then, of course, you spent so much time picking apples, you forgot to do the pumpkins. And you've got to do another 5-hour trip to go pumpkin picking and haul the pumpkins out of there and break your back. None of these things seem like leisurely activities. So Zoom shows are now a thing, and Zoom is great. But one of the things about Zoom is like it's always a long ordeal, and the link and the password and the Zoom could freeze out, the link's broken, and you've got to go through all that for just a 10-minute conversation. And the one thing that I love about Zoom is the feature where you get to touch up your appearance. But the problem with that is that I'm so in love with my new appearance that I can't concentrate at all on what's going on in the meeting. I'm just holding the phone up like this, like, oh, wow. And my grandmother, guys, I have to tell you, do any of you have critical relatives? Anybody, or you're all just really lucky? She's so critical. Like she said to me, she's like, Esther, you know, you really got a nice figure, but one day you could get heavy. I was like, gee, thanks. Now I know I've got a lot to look forward to. And she said to my mom, she's like, you know, Beth, you're never gonna be thin because you love food too much. And all my mom did was order a low-fat frozen yogurt. And she said to my mom, my sister, she's like, Rachel, you know, Sean, her husband, Sean's a nice looking fella. And my sister said, yeah, I think he's quite handsome. And she goes in front of him, I wouldn't say handsome. And she said to me, she's like, Esther, you know, your sister's heavy, but Sean loves her. So I guess that's okay. I was like, no, it's always okay. It's not like a federal crime if you're not a size 2. And she's like, hey, he's average intelligence. Average. As if that's also a federal crime when half of all people are obviously average intelligence. And she has what are known as like the Shirley Weiss deadly sins, which are being fat, being rude, being Republican, not being Jewish, and being dumb. And if you're any of those things, you're out with her. And she always finds a way to insult people. Like my Aunt Elizabeth said to her, she said, I'm an Elizabeth. I don't go by Liz. I don't go by Beth. I'm Elizabeth. And my grandma said, one of these days, someone's going to call you Liz or Beth. And she's like, let them try. And my uncle, he brought his wife back, and she said to his wife, you know, Alan's going to leave you in 10 years. And she was wrong. It was 9 years. And some of my other relatives are like a little bit annoying as well. Like with dieting, like it's okay if you're on a diet. I'm all for that. But when you make a point of letting everybody know every 10 seconds that you're on a diet, it just becomes annoying. Like you should just be banned. And my aunt was like to me, she's on some kind of strict diet where you're not allowed to eat anything you enjoy. And she's like, Esther, I'm just so sad that I can't eat your cookies. I was like, then just eat the cookies. It's Christmas.
That's right.
And she's just so like politically correct, I guess is the word for it. And she tells her daughter, Dakota, she's like, now, Dakota, it's not that you don't like hamburgers. It's just that you don't know that eventually you'll like hamburgers. And I was like, no, it's okay to sometimes not like stuff. We don't have to like everything. It's not like you'd say, hey, you don't know that you don't like taxes. Eventually, you're going to like doing your taxes. Everybody goes to Target, right? Target is like basically for all your emergency needs. It's the haven for procrastinators. And I'm basically in Target every day. And one of the things I noticed about Target is that they have all different size mannequins. They don't just have mannequins that are 5'10" and a size 0. But where they place the fat mannequins varies a lot. Like when you're in Manhattan, the fat mannequins, they'll put them in the back corner of the store. Yet, if you're at a store in the middle of Minnesota, they'll have the mannequins front and center. And I gotta wonder, do the mannequins compare themselves to each other? Like, are they like, gee, I don't like that mannequin over there. She's got such nice legs. And when you're thin like I am, it means that the mannequins have to take their clothes off when I want to try on clothes. And anyone feel that the bathroom at Target is very therapeutic? I sometimes get my best work done when I'm in the bathroom at Target. I think a lot of people made the bathroom at Target their space to get peace from their families over COVID. I went to my psychic's office the other day, and what do you know? She didn't know I was coming. Guys, thank
Okay.
you so much. You have been a wonderful audience. You can follow me on MySpace.
Are you Esther? That was
Yeah.
awesome. Give it up for Esther Forrester, everybody. Oh my gosh. Great job. You are such a strong comedian. Oh my gosh. I would like to know, I would like you to tell everybody where they can really follow you besides MySpace.
I would say my Instagram is NYTrekker and my Facebook is Esme4. They can follow me there. Where else? I am as
ESME Forrester.
ESME and then FORR. That's Facebook. And then Instagram is NYTrekker. So those are their best options.
NY like New York, checker like
NY and then TREKER.
Trekker.
Yep. Those
TR
are the best options. I also have a YouTube.
NY Trekker. TR.
EKER.
Okay, good. And you have a YouTube?
The YouTube is Cecilia SHTUPNIK. Cecilia Stupnik is the YouTube. So they get
I ain't gonna even try to spell it.
yeah, so they can find me at any of those places. And they also perform for baristas at Starbucks and cashiers at CVS.
I'm giggling because I know what shtup means.
There's
Oh
a Betty story on how I got that name.
Okay, well, I just want to thank each and every one of you. Let me take Esther off and put us all together here. 1 second. It's not letting me. So I'll just do gallery since there's 4 of us. Thank you all for coming on today and doing comedy. I'll go share it with every organization that wants it, and I'll put it into a bunch of different groups. And if you guys would please share it on your page, I'll go render it, which I don't even know what that means. But when it's ready, I'll send you a copy, okay?
Yes.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome for coming on. I appreciate you all so much. Give it up for yourselves. We got, once again, we got David G. Scott, cleancomedy.com. We got Tara Buchanan. Oh my gosh, she's the greatest. You will love her. You got to book her. Get her back down to America. Esther Forrester out of New York. Oh yeah, you know it. That girl, when I was working with her, she came up with premises you wouldn't believe. She's like if you're ever looking for a good premise, call her.
Oh, thank you. Now I'm blushing.
She thinks in terms of premises. I can't believe it. And then you got me, Linda Marcus Smith. And so that's our show for all of you. Thank you so much. I love you all. Come back every single time you want.
Yay.
Bye, you
Thank you so
guys.
much, Linda.
Love you.
Love you too.
Come back. I miss you every day.
I know. I'll come back soon. Don't you worry.